Coolie movie review. Hello friends, welcome back to Screenwala. Today we are going to dive deep into a film that has shaken the 2025 cinematic calendar and made fans across the globe go absolutely crazy. Yes, you guessed it right. I'm talking about the one and only superstar Rajinikanth's 170th film, Coolie. But before we jump in, let's address the big question on everyone's mind. If you are not a Rajinikanth fan, should you still watch Coolie? Is this movie strictly for die-hard Rajini fans, or can neutral audiences also find joy in it? Rajinikanth, the larger-than-life icon of Indian cinema. Before we talk about the movie, we need to talk about the man. Because when it comes to Coolie, the film cannot be separated from the aura of Rajinikanth himself. Rajinikanth is not just an actor, he is a phenomenon, a movement, a living legend. For 50 years, starting from 1975 all the way to 2025, Rajini has been ruling Indian cinema. In the post-independence history of Indian films, very few names have carried such a larger-than-life image for so long. In the 2010s, when the internet era fully exploded, Rajinikanth's superstardom became a global trend. His image was so powerful that an entire generation created and shared jokes about him, jokes that celebrated his mythical aura. Some of the most famous ones were: Rajinikanth dials 100 to ask the police if everything is fine. If Dracula bites Rajinikanth, Dracula becomes his follower. Ghosts sit around a bonfire and whisper about Rajinikanth. 2. Coolie. More than a film, it's a celebration. If you look at Coolie only as a movie, you will miss half the point. This is not just a film. It is a celebration of Rajinikanth's golden jubilee in cinema. Director Lokesh Kanagaraj, who has already proven his genius with films like Kaiti and Vikram, designed Coolie as a tribute. He ensured that everything a Rajini fan dreams of seeing is present. A thunderous mass entry sequence, dialogues that make you whistle and clap uncontrollably, electrifying action musical dance numbers, emotional subplots, and above all, Rajinikanth's unique charisma. That magnetism which only he can bring to the screen. 3. The story setup, first half of the film. Now let's try to break down the story of Coolie. To be honest, describing it in words doesn't do justice because Lokesh Kanagaraj has built it as a screenplay-driven film. But still, let's give it a try. I, the Smuggling Empire. The film opens in a seaport where smuggling operations are running in full swing. At the center of this empire is none other than Nagarjuna. He rules the underworld and the illegal trade makes him one of the most feared men. You enter Rajinikanth, the friend, the protector. Now comes the moment everyone in the theatre is waiting for, the entry of Rajinikanth. He plays Deva, who learns that his childhood best friend has suddenly passed away. Being the man of values he is, Deva takes responsibility for his friend's 2 daughters. One of them is played by Shruti, whose presence adds emotional depth to the story. Why the story feels complicated now, let's be honest. When you hear this plot summary, you might think, wait, what? This sounds too complicated. And yes, that's true. The screenplay is deliberately layered. Lokesh Kanagaraj has built multiple threads running parallel: smuggling, friendship, murder, investigation, family bonds. For some neutral viewers, it may feel overwhelming. But here's the beauty: the complexity is not a weakness, it's a strength. 5. Technical brilliance, AI, de-aging, and cinematic vision. One of the biggest highlights of Coolie is the use of AI de-aging technology. Rajinikanth is 74 years old, but on screen Lokesh wanted to show a younger, more energetic version of him as well. The result is breathtaking. Performances, the first half cast. Let's talk about the actors in the first half. Rajinikanth, Deva, his presence is unmatched. Every time he appears, the theatre erupts in whistles and claps. His dialogues, body language, and aura make you forget his age completely. Said. Music, Anirudh's magic. The first half of Coolie features 2 major tracks by Anirudh Ravichandar. 8. First half, summary and analysis. So how does the first half feel overall? If I had to sum it up in one line, it's a festival for Rajini fans but a cinematic challenge for neutral viewers. You get drama, suspense, action, emotional depth. And of course, Rajinikanth's unbeatable charisma. It may feel heavy for those expecting light comedy or romance, but for cine lovers, it's a treat. 10. My personal view, why watching it matters. Here's my honest take. When a superstar of Rajinikanth's scale completes 50 years and a film is made as a tribute, it's not just about watching a movie. We will shift our focus to the second half of the movie, which intensifies the drama, ramps up the action, and gives audiences both nostalgia and innovation in equal measure. This section will also dive deep into performances, music, action choreography, VFX, AI de-aging technology, and finally, the critical evaluation of strengths, weaknesses, box office impact, and cultural legacy of Coolie. Let's begin the second half story emotional peaks. The second half of Coolie is where Lokesh Kanagaraj's craftsmanship truly shines. While the first half established Rajini's character, backstory, and emotional motivations, the second half turns into a power-packed spectacle of action, dialogues, and emotional confrontations. Conflict intensifies. Rajini's character, a working-class hero with deep ties to his community, is pitted against forces that symbolize corruption, betrayal, and exploitation. The clash becomes not just physical but ideological between power-hungry elites and the underdog masses represented by Rajini. Rajini's dual shades. Lokesh beautifully balances Rajinikanth's mass image with an emotional depth. There are sequences where Rajini's vulnerability is exposed, his age, his struggles, his relationships, but they're countered with powerful comebacks where his charisma lights up the screen. Emotional core, a strong emotional thread ties the narrative. Themes of sacrifice, loyalty, and justice dominate the climax. Rajini is not just portrayed as a larger-than-life hero, but also as a man carrying the weight of his people's dreams. This emotional layering in the second half is why the film feels grand yet relatable. Rajinikanth's performance beyond stardom. In Coolie, Rajinikanth proves once again why he is more than just an actor, he is an emotion. Charisma in every frame, even at 74, Rajini's screen presence is magnetic. The way he delivers punch dialogues, his unique body language, and his signature style remind audiences why he's called Thalaivar. De-aging magic. Thanks to advanced AI and VFX, we see a younger Rajinikanth in flashback sequences. The technology is seamless, making it look like Rajini has traveled back to his Basha and Muthu days. This not only excites older fans but also gives younger audiences a chance to experience vintage Rajini on the big screen. Emotional nuances. Beyond action and style, Rajini's emotional scenes leave a mark. His eyes reflect the weight of decades, his pauses in dialogue deliver more than words, and his fatherly aura resonates deeply with family audiences. Supporting cast, adding layers to the narrative. Nagarjuna, the parallel force. Tollywood superstar Nagarjuna brings in a commanding presence, playing a role that balances between antagonist shades and emotional depth. His chemistry with Rajini is electrifying. The clash of two legends from different industries elevates the narrative, making it pan-Indian in appeal. Shruti Hassan, emotional bridge. Shruti Hassan's role is not just a decorative addition. She brings emotional weight, playing a character that connects Rajini's personal struggle to the larger conflict. Her performance balances glamour with intensity. Other notable mentions. Aamir Khan's cameo adds surprise value and cross-industry attraction. Samuthirakani and other character actors ground the film in realism, representing the working class struggles. Action choreography, a visual feast. Action in Coolie is not random spectacle, it is story-driven. Hand-to-hand combat scenes highlight Rajini's agility despite his age. Stylized slow-motion shots amplify his charisma, especially during iconic dialogue deliveries. Massive set-piece action scenes including train fights, market chase sequences, and industrial yard showdowns keep audiences on the edge of their seats. The climax battle deserves special mention. It combines scale, emotion, and technology, resulting in one of the most memorable cinematic experiences of 2025. Music background score, Anirudh's masterstroke. Composer Anirudh once again proves he is the heartbeat of modern Tamil cinema. Songs, the mass intro song for Rajini sets theatres on fire. It's a mix of high-energy beats and lyrics celebrating his working-class hero persona. Romantic, emotional songs provide breathing space in the high-octane narrative, highlighting Shruti Hassan's arc and Rajini's softer shades. Final verdict. Coolie 2025 is not a flawless movie, but it is an extraordinary cinematic event. It celebrates Rajinikanth's legacy, pushes the boundaries of Indian filmmaking with AI and VFX, and delivers a mass entertainer that will be remembered for years. For fans, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For general audiences, a solid entertainer with groundbreaking visuals. For cinema lovers, a historic milestone in Indian film technology. Rating 4.5. 5. A perfect fusion of nostalgia, innovation, and mass appeal.